Hi, so today we are going to look at some exercises and we're going to be a little bit more unbalanced with them. So sometimes if you want to make an exercise harder, you don't necessarily have to increase the weight. You could make the complexity of the exercise a little bit harder. So you could either go onto one leg, or today we're going to use the Bosu, and I'm just going to show you some different exercises that will just make you engage your core and focus on your balance a little bit more whilst you're doing them. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to start off with some single leg deadlifts, just body weight, and we're going to do them on the Bosu. So obviously this is unbalanced and it will make it a little bit trickier. You'll see me wobble now. So you can see that I'm having to stabilize the whole time and really engage my core to balance, and having to use my ankle and my leg stability to be able to maintain doing that exercise. So I'd do about 8 on one side, and then I'd switch over and do 8 on the other side. If you did want to make it a little bit tougher, you could then hold a dumbbell or a kettlebell in the hand that's going down as well. Just make sure you maintain a nice straight back when you're doing it. So next up, we're going to do a reverse lunge, and we're going to go up into a knee drive and a balance. So 1 foot on the Bosu again, and we're going to drop the other knee down towards the floor, and then we're going to drive up and then just hold for a second, back down, and just hold it here until you've sort of maintained your balance, you feel confident that you have maintained it, and then go back into the next one. I would do 12 of these on one leg and 12 on the other leg. Once again, if you want to make it a little bit more difficult, you could hold a dumbbell in like a goblet position here, or you could have 2 dumbbells by your side here and make it a little bit harder. So our next exercise, we're going to do some squats on here. So if you take your feet slightly wider on here, so they're just outside of shoulder width, and then get your balance, and then keep your chest up. We're going to be coming down, drive the knees out into a nice low squat, and then standing back up. Squeeze through the glutes all the way back up. And if you do 15 of those, and just like the other exercises that we've already done, if you want to make it harder, you could add in a dumbbell or a kettlebell, just holding it here, just to make it a little bit more difficult. So the next exercise we're going to do is we're going to do a dumbbell shoulder press, but we're going to do it on the Bosu, and I'm also going to do it on one leg, okay, just to make it a little bit harder. So squeeze all through your core really tight. I'm having to stabilize with my leg as well. And I would do about 10 of these on one side, and then I'd switch the leg and the arm over and then do 10 on the other side. So our last exercise, I'm just going to do a press up, and then once I've completed the press up, I'm going to do a mountain climber on each side. So I'm going to put my hands onto the Bosu to make them unstable. I'm going to do my press up, come back up, opposite knee across to the opposite elbow, back down, and I'd do anywhere between 6 and 10 of these, just depending on how hard you find it. If you need to, you could always do the press up on your knees. If you need to make it a bit easier, then go up onto the toes to do the mountain climber. So they were just a few exercises that you can use to help with your balance and help with using your core to switch your core on when you're doing certain exercises, and just to show you that you don't always necessarily have to up the weight to make something harder. You can just make yourself more unbalanced, and there's different ways that you can make an exercise more complex. If you like this video, you can check out more of my fitness videos on the Precision Golf YouTube channel. Remember to subscribe and hit the like button, and I'll see you again next week.